Okay, so even though this is not an actual window of mine, it is definitely going to be a rainy, dreary, quite chilly, dank day. That's what we call it around here when the weather is cold and wet and a little bit on the bone chilling side if you don't stay nice and warm. So it's going to be like this for the most part, not just today, even tomorrow and possibly the day after that. Wow. Hi, I'm Jan. Welcome to the Save Money and More with Jan channel. If you have a minute or two, you could join me for a cup of tea as I look through a window of rain, darkness, and dampness. I know. Sometimes we have rainy days in our lives, and I'm not even just speaking about the weather, just rainy days in our lives. Life can change so fast in a New York heartbeat, for real and for true. I mean, it could be in a great thing too, on a positive, happy thing. Let's say you bought that lucky ticket. You know where I'm going with that? It could change greatly and hugely, like that one person not long ago, that one in the neighboring state of New Jersey, like $1 billion ticket or close to $1 billion. Would it be? Would it be? I know, I know, I know. Well, those are nice thoughts. But for the most part, it's the common everyday things that can change in a New York heartbeat. Like I'll give an example. The other day I was watching the news, just the regular news, which of course is dreary enough. just say. And then somebody cut in with a breaking news that there was a huge earthquake. Okay, a huge earthquake somewhere. And I was thinking to myself, they were showing some of the images and so on and so forth, thinking how things can change at a moment's notice. Nobody got a written invitation and said, in 20 minutes, you are invited to an earthquake. No, nobody gets a written, beautiful, engraved in, with gold lettering. In a half hour from now, there will be a tsunami. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Things like this happen on the fly. Are we ready for such emergencies? This is just something like a reminder. And I don't mean necessarily of this huge, great magnitude, but I'm thinking about like the shorter emergencies, like looking out this damp window and watching the rain, which is going to be on and off continuous for about 2.5 days. It's April, it's bound to happen. The old expression, April showers bring May flowers. Remember that growing up? And it's a nice positive note and a reminder of the necessities of life. But are we ready? I'm ready. I know that I have with great certainty stuff in my stockpile in case they run out of stuff. And I don't have to go to the grocery store. Everything is there. It's a nice feeling. All right. But we're not going to talk about stockpiling today. We're going to talk about the fact that sometimes even people who are broke can help. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot. There are things that we could do to help another human being or help ourselves. It don't necessarily have to cost anything. And here's a tiny, tiny example. Hang on. Clicking the like button costs nothing more than a nanosecond and a finger motion of someone's time. If a person, here's my theory on that matter. If someone is viewing or listening to a broadcast of mine and they're in practically almost near the middle of the broadcast and they haven't clicked on the like button, I ask myself, why not? But do know that didn't cost anyone anything. No extra money coming out of anyone's pocket. In fact, zero. But clicking that like button certainly, and for real and for true, helps other people to get this video pushed out more so that people who were never here before can get some helpful information. So you're not only helping the content creator, but you're also mainly helping other people as well. And that's a good thing. There's a teensy weensy example. If you have a content creator, not just me, but other people that you really, really, really enjoy, you keep going back to the videos, but life happens. We click on a video, we walk away, and then we forget to click the like button. Make it a habit. If you already know you enjoy the content creator's work, just immediately click like. There's no way you can forget. All right, so that's just a teensy weensy example. Yeah, but I want to help in other ways besides clicking like buttons. Exactly. There are other ways like volunteering. Volunteering our time is huge, is huge. Okay, I've been watching some videos that have displayed the wonderful works of good, kind, fellow human beings that, like, some people are like voluntary people that work, let's say, with animal shelters and stuff, and they are like, they shelter in a foster care type manner, like an animal that's in between getting help from the shelter and stuff of that nature before they go to their forever homes, sort of like a foster family situation, except in this case, it's for pets, it's for animals. And that's the beautiful side of the human nature. But then when these people, wonderful, beautiful people, are originally rescuing certain situations of animals and stuff of that nature, I look at the condition, and a lot of those videos will clearly show, like, I literally, I mean, it's just, it breaks my heart. I wish I could take any pet animal in and, fix everything. But unfortunately, I personally cannot do that. But there are some people that can at least help, one pet at a time, especially in like the temporary situations. I don't know. Inquire about that in your local shelters. The point is, volunteer work, okay, doesn't cost you anything but a lot of love from your heart and a bit of your time. And I know that time is not just a teensy weensy, itsy bitsy thing. Giving up time is a huge thing to do. But I may include, I'm not sure if I want to, but I may include that video that I was mentioning about, the kindness of humanity. If it weren't for some people spotting stray animals in distress on sides of roads or places that one would least expect it, with really heart-wrenching stories, it's just, it makes you wonder, like, why do these things exist? But then you see the glimmer of light, the ray of hope, and the better future for the pet, thanks to the other side of things in life, of those who really care and those that volunteer. So when people say, but I can't help with a donation, sometimes people can help with just a little time, and not a full-time thing either. Everybody's busy. Some people only have an hour a week. That's just one tiny example of volunteering time, effort, and energy. Now, there are some people who can donate. It does not mean a gazillion dollars. Every little donation counts. Let me tell you something, okay? On this thing that, for example, some people are part of, I'm just saying, they have to reach a certain level, a certain dollar amount on this thing for them to get their check cut. That's how it works with certain platforms, okay? And sometimes, like, let's pretend that that person has to hit $100 threshold. Let's just pretend that that happens, right? And let's say that they're only at the $98 revenue level. If they don't hit the 100, they still have to wait an additional month for, let's say, a certain platform to consider, not consider, but to cut a check. But let's say a person throws someone a $3.99 super. This, I'm just using as an example. Teensy weensy little things. I've done it. Thinking like, saying, well, at first, gee, what's a $4.99 super for other people? I've done it. I've done it for other content creators. And I said to myself, who knows if that content creator is at their threshold or not? Maybe, just maybe, that little bit of a thoughtfulness would, tip them over the edge, and they could get their check, in 3 weeks as opposed to 7 weeks. That's the truth. That's how it works with certain things. So every little bit counts. Also, as I'm always trying to demonstrate, let me just grab a sip of this tea on this rainy, chilly, dank day. This is definitely a soup day. I think I'm going to make a pot of soup later. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not? All right. Then it'll be too hot in a few more weeks. I won't appreciate soup as much as I am today. But anyway, nothing like a beautiful hot bowl of soup on a chilly, damp day like this. Anyway, hang on, when just grab that tea. Mm, mm, mm. Definitely hits the spot. I've been more experimental with tea. I've been having, for example, more like different flavors. And I was always like a huge fan of the black tea all the time, or maybe once saw green tea or chamomile at night. But now I'm getting into more different flavors, and I've discovered that I think it's called mixed berry. Mixed berry. Oh, ay, 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 so good. It feels like literally like a treat, like my tea time. I don't mind coffee in the morning and wake up eye opener, but sometimes as the day progresses, I just rather, like when you want to chill out for a few minutes, like right now with my tea, sometimes I just want a cup of gentle tea. Who's with me on that? Those are the little treats in life. If you don't do those things, do them once in a while. Say, you know what? Janet's right. I'm going to brew myself up a beautiful pot of tea and just enjoy my rainy afternoon in my cozy home and just kick back and unwind. I mean, feel fortunate enough to have that time. A lot of people are out there running around with their umbrellas, and maybe they could get a minute to stop at a coffee or tea shop and do that for a few minutes in the middle of this nasty but beautiful, necessary weather. But getting back to, there are a lot of things that we could do. I mean, seriously, even broke people can do things. Now, for example, you might scale it back. Let's just reach out to people that we know might be alone all day. Let's say there's a period of inclement weather coming your way in your neighborhood, and you know of a person that lives alone. They might be elderly. They're not necessarily elderly, or they may be homebound. Maybe they're disabled and they can't get around, homebound too much. Let's think about this. What does it take to make a teensy weensy phone call? Honestly, it doesn't take that much. Make that phone call. Ask that person, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Talk about a cheerful event. Recollect some fond memories. You'd be shocked and amazed. It's helpful to you too as well, and not just the person that you outreach to. This does not cost anything extra. You're already paying for the phone service. May as well get the maximum out of it, or even bump it up to a video chat, for example. Brew up a pot of tea or coffee on a day like this and cozy up to a nice video chat with someone that doesn't necessarily live around the corner. You see where I'm going with this? So there are things we could do, and even broke folks can help. So always remember that and take good care of yourselves. Now, I just want to see if this works because I had a little problem technically getting this video clip on. I'll be back with an invisible wave. Now, this is the rainy image behind my image, and this is the sunny image coming up. Isn't it great to look at a video clip of that sunshine? Then we see the contrasting rain, but that sunshine clip is a reminder of the wonderful, bright, sunny days to come. Take good care, everybody.